All right, folks, welcome back to another fantastic edition of Opali Presents Know Your Pros. And today's guest, we have Cory Smith of King of Kings Commercial Cleaning. They are Ventura County's choice when it comes to cleaning that commercial space with business owners all across Santa Paula, Camarillo. I'm looking at the card. We've got Ventura, Oxnard, Santa Paula, like I said, and Thousand Oaks. Cory is the owner of this business. Cory, it is a pleasure to have you here as a guest, man.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be with you, and it's always fun to talk with you, Henry. Thanks, man.
Cory, I have been dying to shoot this with you because, as I've mentioned multiple times before, I am just like psyched to talk to people who have great stories, and you are no exception, right? You are a newer business on the block, but that doesn't preclude to the fact that you have great experience that's led you to this point. My first question is always, why, Cory, did you decide, though, to go out and start your own thing? What was the flashpoint moment for you to start King of Kings?
Yeah, great question. That's certainly the million-dollar question that I think we all, as business owners, need to keep at the forefront. Because
Yeah.
if we don't know why we're doing what we're doing, it's like, why are we even, I don't even know why. I'm just doing something. So we decided to start this business, me and my wife, because we just see how it's going so far, trying to work different jobs, give our time here, give our time there. And we have a kid on the way. So we figure we really need to build something of our own. And so I have 6 years of experience in janitorial and maintenance work, working specifically in churches for the past 6 years. But so I'm just basically taking the skills that I've learned from that practically, as well as soft skills in organization, leadership, simply communicating with people and listening to people as well, and pulling all that together to start this cleaning business. And then in addition to simply starting something that will give us a little bit more autonomy, our desire is to simply give honor to God through our business. Like in our name, it says King of Kings Commercial Cleaning. That simply refers to Jesus. He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. That's what the Bible says. And our hope with our business too is that people would be encouraged to see simply a business that it goes off of the values that are talked about in the Bible, like respect, communication, trust, transparency, all of these virtues that I think are really important to focus on nowadays.
Yeah, and I think it's important that you have a value base, like these things that you can put forward as the greater why of why you're in business, and you are a Christian-based one, as you just went through there, which is fantastic. I think it's filling a vacuum where we maybe don't have as many of those here today in Ventura County, or maybe largely, throughout the country. So for you, you got your start in the church space, and I'm sure that you do have many worship houses or places of worship as clients right now, but you also work with, clients, say, at car dealerships or folks who maintain large office spaces. You guys focus on commercial, and, given what you just mentioned about how you are a faith-based organization, why this industry? Why the commercial space of cleaning? You got your start in churches. Why focus on these big spaces?
So, I mean, kind of a two-prong answer. Even though you didn't really ask this question, but I think it's important to say that even though we are a faith-based, a Christian company, we would love to work with people of all walks of life, whether it's a Christian church or a Muslim place of worship, or just a company that doesn't talk about religion at all. So that really doesn't affect who we work with. It more so directs how we work with other people and how we choose to think, how we choose to speak, how we choose to act. And then as far as, other businesses that we love to work with, besides places of worship, we love to work with auto dealerships. We love to work with dental offices, other medical offices like that, pediatrics offices. And then, like you mentioned, maybe people that oversee like a business that has multiple offices in it. But really, our overall goal is to simply be of actual servants, be service with a servant's heart,
Yeah.
right? So not just go in, get out, get the money, be done, but more so provide a service that people are wanting to pay money for, and we want people to feel like they got a steal of a deal, after they've worked with us for a month. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that we're getting this much communication. I can't believe how on top of it they are with follow-up and making sure that we as the client are happy. Like, that's how we want our clients to feel.
Right, right. I mean, I'm not a guy who owns a commercial space. I don't operate out of an office. We have a home that we do, all of our business out of. The same goes for my partner. But if I were somebody working in a commercial space or I needed my commercial space cleaned, I certainly wouldn't want it to be something that felt, as I say often here, like fly by night or something that, makes me uh feel as though it may be happening, it may not. Maybe we get a little vacuum going on here, maybe we clean the floors here or there, whatever. But from what I've gathered in conversations I've had with you, Cory, you guys cross all your T's, you dot all your I's, you use the best stuff, and you are very, very thorough. Which leads perfectly, I think, into the last portion of this interview, which is always, why is it that somebody should call King of Kings over that next business? You talked about bringing values to the front end and having that inform how you do business, how you follow up with people, how you interact with your customers. But to you, what is that big, big difference, maybe beyond the faith aspect of your company?
Right. I feel like you kind of answered the question in your question, but because like so much of how I would answer that is in the preface to that question, but it really is us wanting to provide as high quality of a service as possible. Like you may or may not be surprised, Henry, but in service industries in general, I feel like simple reliability, good communication, it's a rare commodity. So for someone to know that they're actually going to get an email, call, or text back from us, like that shouldn't be rare, but that is something that sets us apart from other service-based companies. In addition, one thing I think of was we were on a walkthrough recently, and you kind of already touched on this with you mentioning how we're thorough. So thank you for saying that. But on a walkthrough that I went on recently, the manager of the dealership, she was pointing out to me like, oh, there's dust here on the tops of these frames. I was noticing that, oh yeah, like there's all this dust here still, and then we went in some of the bathrooms and the floors were grimy. There was scuffs all over the wall. So it's just stuff that it shouldn't be overlooked, but for whatever reason, the cleaner that is currently there and hopefully won't be there for much longer, assuming that we win the bid, they're just overlooking it. And she's talked with them and said, hey, can you please make sure to get this? And they dropped the ball. I don't know why, but the lazy cleaners are just out there. So, and one other thing I'll kind of add as a sub portion to this answer is we hire A+ cleaners. We're not going to hire a minimum wage cleaner who is just, maybe a high school kid or someone that doesn't really care that much. But the people that we're looking to hire, they really care. They're motivated to work hard because we treat our employees well, and they're going to do an A+ job in the places of business that they clean.
Right. And that's a tough thing to come by, especially with how difficult it is to source good work these days, especially in the cleaning business, really any other blue collar type of work. That's not easy. And it's especially not easy to instill kind of a standard of practice within your business to make sure that that is the standard for the people that you hire. So I think that's fantastic that you pointed that out.
Thanks, Nick.
Cory, of course, man, I want, before we wrap this thing up, I want for you to share with our viewers here how they can get in touch with King of Kings, where they can find you, how you like to be grabbed in case folks are looking for a commercial cleaning out there.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. First of all, yeah, love talking with you, dude. You're a great guy, Henry. I love what you're doing here with Know Your Pros. It's such a cool resource to come onto the page and see all these interviews with people that you've done, getting to ask them questions like you're asking me. So I greatly appreciate just what you're creating.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
You're welcome, for real. But yeah, as far as people getting in touch with me, I'll get back to you whichever of these like 3 ways you do. Easiest way would probably be to text me on my business line, 805-321-8761. If you're more of an email person, you can shoot me an email at Cory, which is my first name, Cory, at kingofkingscommercialcleaning.com. And we also have a website that has a really clean setup, very mobile friendly, and it's that URL, simply kingofkingscommercialcleaning.com. And you could read a little bit more about our business there as well.
Beautiful, Cory, and that's fantastic. You're sharing all that with us. It's of course going to be in the description of this video, folks. So click on all of the links to get in touch with Cory down below. If Cory pops up an Instagram page, we're going to pop that in there too. I think you might already have one though.
Yeah, I do. It's _ Cory Smith 4. It's more of a personal page, but we can certainly chat on there as well. Oh, and that number, you can call me at that number too. I don't think I said that. I'm more than happy to talk to you on the phone.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Fantastic, folks. Well, there he is. That's Cory Smith of King of Kings Commercial Cleaning. If you are a business owner here in Ventura County, or just maybe a little bit further out from that, Cory's the guy you want to go to for that thorough work, that value-driven work, the stuff that I think is really lacking in a lot of blue-collar businesses these days. He is here to shake up that industry, and it's been a blast here to have you, Cory. Thanks again, man.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a blast.
Now you're